Hello, welcome to Prove All Things. I want to thank everybody who is joining us today, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or X, or on the CGI Digital Network app, whether it's on your phone, tablet, or television. We thank you for joining us today. And for everyone else who's listening or watching this later, thanks for joining us as well. I'm joined with co-host Mike James. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, Jeff, good to see you today. Doing well. Hey, that's a really cool picture behind you. What is that?
Oh, that's actually like an AI art. Like I was trying to imagine the kingdom of God.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if that was, because that's the impression I got from it.
Yeah, so it's cheap art. Get AI to make it, print it on Amazon for $30 and hang it on the wall.
Very cool. Very cool. Looks good.
Very, very good. How you been doing?
Yeah, doing well. Things are normal. Nothing major going on right now, and just enjoying some good weather out here in California. So that's about it for right now, Jeff.
Yeah, things are going well here. Things are good with the family.
Good.
All right, today's a special day. This is a recorded episode, so everybody knows it's a recorded episode, so you won't be able to put your comments live, but we do appreciate your comments. If you do make them, they'll still show up for everyone else. I think whether you're watching at Facebook or YouTube, just we won't be able to put them on the screen. But again, thank you all for watching us live. But this is pre-recorded, and we're recording this actually just a little bit after the feast time in October, and we're planning on airing this later in the year. So whenever this is aired, this is when we decided to air it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll bring in our guest today, which is Dianne Webb. And she's actually downstairs in the studio. That's why I'm up in my office. She's down in the studio, and I'm in my office, and we just have that set up today going on.
Yeah, good to see you again, Dianne. How you doing?
Hi, Mike. I'm doing well, thank you. It's good to see you, and thank you for inviting me again.
Yeah, we've had you before, and we're glad to get you back to learn some more about what you're up to.
Oh, yes, and I'm anxious to tell you.
Okay. So how have you been, Dianne? What have you been up to lately?
Oh, boy, where do I start? Well, the last time I was visiting with you was in May of 2024, and I brought to your attention the work that we're doing in Africa with widows, orphans, fatherless, and we have a secondary school over there that we help kids who can't really afford to go to school. We help them with their fees, and so much has happened since then. I really hardly know where to start, but I guess I'll start with in October of 2024, we took a group of people over for the feast, but also to spend extra time. And at that time, the Christian Ambassadors Group furnished and built a computer lab for our secondary school. And we have 30 computers plus the internet, making us really a school above most schools in the area that just don't have that. We added to that a fully equipped science lab and a chemistry lab. So in November of 2024, our very first graduating class took their national exams, and their scores were out of 32 kids that took the exam, we had 16 that scored high enough to get direct admissions into universities. 12 scored a little bit lower, being able to get direct admissions into technical and polytechnical schools. And then we had 4 that, well, we'll find something for them to do. So right now, here we are facing another year of another graduating class. 2025, all the kids finish. Well, we're recording this in October. They will finish on October 24th. And in November of this year, they too will be taking their national exams. So we're really excited to see how well they will do this year.
And just for those out there who don't know, can you tell a little bit about Christian Ambassadors? Because they've helped us a little bit with some of the people we're working with in Kenya.
I would love to. Christian Ambassadors is an independent Church of God in Decatur, Georgia, pastored by Glenn Williams. Now, Glenn Williams and his wife, Christiane, when I first met them 4 years ago, I knew that they were going to eventually take over my spot. You know, I'm not young. I'm 84 years old, and I'm grateful for every day that God gives me. But I'm also not expecting. I'm not expecting another 20 years.
Mhm.
So in so they've come on board. Christian has been on the board. Glenn has been board advisor. He is now he now works mostly with our finances as CFO. But they have been very, very supportive of the Tabitha Outreach Foundation and the Tabitha Outreach Foundation Academy, because having the school is something that's always been on their heart too.
Great, great.
Yeah, very, very good. I do. I like the folks there at Christian Ambassadors. We were able to have summer camp with them this past summer, and they're really good, good at teaming up, doing things. And they even they had a Feast of Tabernacles this year in Atlanta also, and some folks from CGI went to that, I believe.
And that's why I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So really great things that are going on there with the academy. I mean, we brought along some. You got some pictures that you have to share and some videos. Do you want to share any of that right now, or talk about that?
You can share a few pictures of my kids, because I am very proud of them, and they are my kids. They all call me grandma, and I answer to every one of them.
Okay, I think the first pictures we have are of the widows, I believe.
Okay, well, the Tabitha Outreach Foundation has,
Yeah.
we have a widows
This lady right here,
program.
she's holding a lot of chickens, it looks like here.
Our widows program, we have 152 widows enrolled in our program right now.
Wow.
And let me tell you a little bit about the widows. Why we're serving widows in that area is because they cannot remarry. It's a tradition and a culture. It's tied up with the property values and the fact that their husbands bought them and paid for them when they married them. And when they die, they are left pretty destitute. And there's a lot of them. So we have stepped
This
in.
lady right here, she looks to be like a young widow. Are
Absolutely.
young?
Well, yes, many of them are very young, because one of the things that's done over there is to help alleviate some of the poverty, that they will marry the young girls off to older men. So, you know, and one thing you have to understand is that culturally, not in the church, of course, but culturally, um, men are allowed to have more than one wife. So some of these women have been married to a man who has maybe two more wives, and he's older and he dies. Now we have three widows with children that are.
So they say so. Polygamy is it? They have polygamy.
Yes, it's legal. Absolutely legal. Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
So this sounds like something out of biblical times, actually, what you're describing there, you know?
Very much so. There's a lot of comparison when you go there and you visit there. You see the comparison between what's going on there and what happened in the first century church.
Now, why are both these women holding a bunch of chickens?
Why are they holding chickens? We have a project or a program going on right now. I said 152 widows are enrolled in the program, where we have supplied to each one of them 3 hens for them to start a business. Now they can raise more hens and sell them, or they can do eggs, or if nothing else, they can start raising enough chickens to have enough eggs to also feed their family. So this is a day when we went to the group in Coselli and we gave them their 3 hens. Now it sounds pretty weird to us. Hey, 3 chickens? What kind of a deal is that? But over there, it's a really big deal. And Jeff, if you want to show the couple of clips of the videos of them, well, nope, not that one.
So this video, I have a video right here.
Here they are welcoming us because they know we are bringing them the hens.
Okay, now you said this is in a place called Coselli.
Coselli,
Now,
K-O-S-E-L-E.
For people that aren't familiar with Kenya, we've got the capital of Nairobi. Is that kind of in the eastern part of this?
Nairobi's more in the center of Kenya. Our work is being done in southwest Kenya, close to Lake Victoria.
Okay, and that's near the border of Tanzania.
Okay.
Okay.
Very near. We could walk across the
border. Very welcoming here.
Very welcoming. Very welcoming. They are so excited. They would have no other way to go out and get these hens and start a business other than someone provides it for them.
Explain to me. I know, like, if somebody gave somebody 3 hens here in the United States, we couldn't start a business with just 3 chickens.
We could not.
What do they do to have a business with 3 chickens? How do they do that there?
Well, what they're doing, and the other slide that you showed, where we were visiting under the trees with some of the widows, they were they're from the Homa Hills area, and what these widows are doing is they had received their hens about a month before we got there, and they were telling us what they're doing with them and how they're making those 3 hens grow into something that then will support them in a business. Now, when we were visiting with these women, we had a government official come to address us, and he thanked us for empowering his community. So believe it or not, 3 hens really, really makes a difference in this kind of area.
Now, where do we get the hens, and how much would 1 chicken cost you in Kenya?
About $3.
Okay. Wow.
All right. So if people are giving to Tabitha Outreach Foundation, if you give $9, you can help a widow get 3 chickens.
Absolutely. And it is from the donations of people that heard about this project. And these are people who raised chickens at home for themselves that got very interested in it, that gave the amount of money that we needed to supply 152 widows with 3 hens each. And this is how the program is going to work. They've been told and they've been enrolled. When we go back in 6 months, we're going to come and visit and check on them and see how they're doing, what they've decided to do with their hens, and how it's progressing in a business for them. And they are to return to us 1 hen, so that we take those hens, technically 152, and we will go to another group that is waiting for us right now.
Okay. I have a question. So they'll have hen babies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they already do. I'm already getting.
I have another question. Just thinking. Where does the roosters come from? Do you get them roosters, or do they have like a rooster that goes around?
We have a rooster. They have roosters that go around. They share a rooster. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Just so, and then they're able to have more chicks, and then they have more eggs.
Yes.
And go from there.
Yes. They're very excited. And we're already getting reports. And when we went to Homa Hills, we were already getting reports. The women would stand up one at a time and say, well, I have 3 hens and now I have 9 eggs, or I have 9 baby chicks, or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very exciting.
Where was the genesis of this idea, or how did this all start with the chickens?
Wow, that's a good question. But I think it started with we have a gal that works for us now by the name of Penina, and Penina is our boots on the ground person she keeps track of everything that's going on with the widows, with the kids that have gone to college, and she's now our official registrar for accepting applications to our school. Penina comes from a rural family. Her dad and mom were farmers. As a matter of fact, when I was there in February of this year, they invited me to come and visit them, and they gave me the gift of a goat, which was really a neat thing. We even had a little ceremony of accepting the goat. Well, our goat now,
Say a goat?
a goat.
Okay, wow.
It's a gift of a goat in appreciation for employing Penina. So we have the goat at our school, and that goat has given birth. Now we have two goats. We also have a cow that's pregnant, but we can talk about that later.
So do you plan on giving goats out to anyone?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Because we plan on having a active agricultural program with the secondary school.
So that's a new project, the agricultural.
Yes, it is.
Okay. You want to tell us a little bit about your plans for that?
Sure. We are now in the process of finalizing the purchase of 7+ acres. And you can show those pictures if you want to, Jeff.
Yeah, those are at the end. So let me see if I can get to them real quick. So ignore these pictures till I get to the end here, everybody. All right, here we go. Here we go. Is this it right here?
No, that's the widows that were telling us how their chickens are coming along.
Okay. You see it, Mike?
Yeah, I see land with a couple.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. These are a few pictures of our land where we are going to build our own school buildings. Since 2022, we have been leasing school buildings. And I think I told you the last time when we leased the buildings, they were in really bad shape. We've improved them, and they're in really good shape right now. But to purchase them is outside of our budget. So it became necessary for us to find ground, which we have. This is our new land. You can see that's a water source. That's a river that will continuously run through our land, giving us water for crops and livestock.
Tell me a little bit about the water source, because it looks brown, but is that pretty fresh water or any?
That'll be fresh water. If you can see, these pictures were taken on a rainy day.
Okay.
So it's a little muddy looking.
I see the rain.
Yeah. We won't be able to use that water for drinking purposes, but we can use it for farming purposes.
Okay, good.
Do you have like a well or something for drinking?
We will be drilling a borehole. Yes.
Okay. So this is really cool. All this land out here.
Isn't it beautiful?
Is it now again? How many acres is it?
7+.
7+ acres.
Mm-hmm.
When will the groundbreaking? When is the plans for groundbreaking?
Well, the demarcation and fencing has begun. So now you see there are some crops already planted on this ground, but it is my understanding that the people who sold the ground to us are also selling us the crops. So that has been one of our goals with the Foundation Academy, is to grow our own food and be as self-sufficient as we possibly can be.
Now, what's growing there, Diane?
I think that's some kind of green vegetable, but one of the fields will also be maize, which of course is the primary crop, and it's the primary food source for all Kenyans. Is the maize, which they grind into a flour, and then they make a dish called ugali, which is like a cornmeal that you've made into a paste, and they use that as a utensil. And so when they go to eat their rice and their vegetables, they take a piece of ugali, mash it up in their fingers, pick the vegetables and rice up and put it in their mouth and eat it together. It's really a unique thing because the ugali helps fill you up and you don't have to wash a spoon. Those are banana trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Are they the regular size bananas? Or are they small bananas?
I don't know,
Okay.
because there are two sizes of bananas over there. There's the regular and then there's the small, which we call sweet bananas.
Okay.
But either one we use.
Gotcha. Now, all the kids who are in the school, they'll be helping with the farming and everything?
Yes,
Okay.
we will have we have an agriculture program. Now, I think you have a picture of myself with two young men. And one of those young men, we both of them, we actually have sponsored all the way from high school, and they're going into their third year of college. They spent okay.
What's good? Is
Okay,
it right here?
you just missed
There they
it.
are.
There they are.
Okay, there we are.
They spent 3 months this summer doing an internship at the school, and the one on the I don't know if it's left or right to you, but the one with the dark blue shirt.
Yeah.
His name is Jeffrey Amok. He is majoring in ag and bio, and he came and spent 3 months at the school really getting our agriculture program started and running. He built and and we've supplied our own hen house on the school grounds. He planted every square inch that he could find on our small parcel of maize and vegetables and supplied quite a bit of food for our kids this summer. He comes back and checks on us, and the other one is Ronald. And as I said, the Tabitha Outreach Foundation. When I think you remember the story that began with 11 kids, and we started sending 11 kids to school. And then it grew and grew until it was 43. And then we said, we need our own school. Well, Jeffrey and Ronald are two of our original 11 kids. And they're both in university now, starting their third year.
Wow.
And they gave us 3 months of internship. They're both excellent teachers, excellent examples to the kids.
That's great that you've got this generational thing going a little bit here. And what's the growing season like there? And are you able to store any of the food or jar it?
Yes.
Or tell us a little about that.
Well, I was there in February and then again in August. So in February, they begin the planting season, and in August there's a harvest season. So I was there for the harvest season, and while I was there in August, we were made aware that groups of buyers are coming into the area to buy all the especially maize that's grown and take it back to Tanzania. Well, we bought our maize so we could get it at the good price, and it is now being stored. We have storage facility, and then we'll grind it and use it as needed until the next harvest. But you see, with our own land, our next harvest will be our own.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's great.
So how long do you think it will take to build a school there?
Now you are asking me a question that I do not know.
Yeah, nobody's told you that yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Sure.
But first of all, we have to raise money.
Need money for it. Okay, so there's a need for money.
There's
so
a need for money.
Fundraisers for money.
We're starting a fundraiser right now. I don't know when you're going to be broadcasting this, but we're looking at working very diligently for Giving Tuesday. We would like to raise $50,000 by February, when I will be returning. Glenn and Christian and several other people from Christian Ambassadors will also be going back to Kenya. And I believe that we are planning to have a groundbreaking ceremony at that time.
Mhm.
Now, I am told that once we have the architectural design and we know where the buildings are going to be placed, that it won't take long. We have a lease agreement where we are that ends December 2027. So you can see how much time we have that we really have to be out.
Okay. Well, now, if you build a school early, are you able to get out of that lease early to go to the school, the new one?
More than likely. So and I know that our CFO, Glenn Williams, would love to be out of that school by December of 2026.
Yes.
Now, where do these kids come from that are in the school, Dianne? And also, could you talk a little bit about their Christian education there?
Mm-hmm. They come mostly from the small churches scattered around within 3 to 4 hours of this location. They are the sons and daughters of widows or widowers. We do have some kids who have fathers who have been left alone to raise kids. That's a picture of us with all the staff. That's our teaching staff. And you can see Heather Hansen in the front with me. And we attended a day-long seminar showing us the new curriculum for 2026. There's a new curriculum being implemented, and they say the basis of the new curriculum is love. And I'm going to tell you, I looked through the books and I was so excited. I said, oh my, I could have written this myself.
Wow. Now, Heather Hansen, I remember her from my days on the East Coast going up to New York and visiting with the CGI church there. And then she became part of a independent Sabbath holy day keeping church. So what is she doing over there now?
Heather Hansen is on our board.
Okay.
And Heather Hansen has been a friend of mine for years. She serves on our board. Now, what is she doing over there? Well, she went to Ghana and she got married.
Okay. Now, who did she marry?
And
I think I know.
What's his name? Bernard Obadi.
Oh, she
from
married
Ghana?
Bernard.
She did.
Okay. Now, Bernard was someone that he was involved with us over in Ghana, right?
Yes, he still is,
Okay.
although he is doing the paperwork now to apply to come to the United States to be with his bride.
Okay.
But she and Bernard came from Ghana to Kenya and then to Kiancha. She was very, very interested in seeing the school and seeing the kids because she's a school teacher. And her subject is life science, I think. So she really wanted to see our chemistry lab and our science lab. And she spent a lot of time with our students. And here she is with us that day that we were presented the new curriculum that's going to be used beginning January of 2026.
Okay. Who's the fellow with the tie on? Do you see that? The fellow there, third from the left.
That's one of the people presenting the curriculum.
Okay, got it.
And most of the rest of them that don't have ties are our teachers.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so let's see. I kind of breezed through these pictures. For some reason, they're taking a little longer than normal to go.
No, that's okay. Dianne, if you could tell the audience a little bit about the curriculum. Are these children learning about the Sabbath and holy days?
We have one teacher. His name is Boniface Daniel Aremo, who has gone through the 9 modules and graduated. As a matter of fact, I was able to present to him his certificate of graduation at the feast in 2024. And I remember one of the
Where did he graduate from? Just for people.
Robert Ansando's 9 modules of training in Christian education as our doctrines and our faith.
Yeah, because I get that school that the theology school is sponsored, I think, by CTI and CEM.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
there. Yes.
Yeah. So definitely, just so the audience knows, I've looked over that curriculum, and it does address our core beliefs, along with ideas about servant leadership or servant eldership. Yeah, go ahead, Dianne.
Well, I want to tell you a little bit about Boniface. You may remember, and I can't remember the exact year, but you will remember the time when there was a college in northern Kenya that was attacked by some Muslims that came in from Somalia, and they killed about 115 students. Boniface happened to be at that university, and he hid in a closet. And he hid in that closet for 2 days. When he came out, he found his classmates and his roommates slaughtered in front of him. And yet God protected him and brought him to us. He is the spiritual leader of our school under Pastor Ansando, who still comes back and does Sabbath programming. But Boniface leads Sabbath services and Bible studies, and is the Christian spiritual leader. Yes. Also, we have to have, in order to fulfill Kenya's requirements, we have to have a course called Christian education. So he also teaches that. Now, this year we had 5 students baptized on the last great day. Last year we had 14. So, but this year 5 were baptized.
Okay, great.
And you were there. When were you last there?
I was there in August.
Okay.
I made 3 trips last year. One in October, one in February, and one in August. And I am due to go back in February. This was the nicest surprise. We attended a camp meeting on a Sabbath morning. We were invited to come and listen to some Seventh-day Adventist choirs that came from all over Kenya and Tanzania. So we attended, and while I was sitting there, to my big surprise, coming down the aisle came our students. I had no idea, but our students came and performed this at that meeting. They were one of the choirs. So these are our students performing.
Okay, got it. And what are the ages of the school children?
We are a secondary school, and since they've changed the dynamics, we started at like 9th grade, but now it's 10th through 12th, or we call it Form 2, 3, and 4. So that would be ages approximately 14, 15 through 18 and 19.
Okay, gotcha. And is this where you're leasing? How close is it to the land that you are going to build on?
Approximately 3 miles.
Okay, so that's close.
So it's not far. And one of the things that I want everybody to know, we talk about the improvements that we put into the structures where we are, and we've made amazing improvements. Everything that is not nailed down or painted on the wall is ours to remove. So any investment that we have put in for the benefit of these students will be put in our new buildings. And that's part of our lease agreement.
Okay, and this is they're practicing singing here.
No, this would be a Sabbath service. And these kids, now see the lady over there in the red shirt?
Yeah.
That's our Penina.
Okay.
These kids start services at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they go all day, and they don't quit till 5 or 6 o'clock at night.
What are they doing all day during this?
Singing and dancing, and singing and dancing, and then they will have different students come up and do different readings, scripture readings. They have a whole section of praying for different things. They pray for their parents, they pray for each other, they pray for the government. I can't remember, there's like 6 or 7 different prayers that they offer, but it's the singing and the dancing. And then they will have sermon and sermonette and singing and dancing.
Who gives the sermons or sermonettes there?
Some of these kids give the sermonettes, and then we have Pastor Ansando comes in. He gives a sermon. Pastor Adingo, if you know who that is, he comes in, and of course, Daniel Aremo gives sermons.
Okay, gotcha.
But I wish I could convey the joy that it is to sit there and feel this worship that these kids do every week.
Now, how did they learn the routines they're doing here?
Those are cultural.
Okay.
They are cultural. And in our school, this is what surprised me and was at first a little difficult to deal with, but I'm learning how to. There are 43 tribes in Kenya. Now, when I look at these kids, I see Kenyans. But in our school, we have 4 or 5 tribes that are represented. We have kids there from the Luo tribe, the Kisi tribe, the Kuria tribe, and we have a teacher from another tribe on the other side of Nairobi. So they come with their tribal language and their tribal culture. And sometimes they will dance in their tribal ethnic dances.
Mm-hmm. I noticed they're really well dressed there.
Thank you. I'm going to take credit for that.
Okay.
I was in the hospital with COVID in 2022 when we started this school, and using my trusty little iPhone, I designed and ordered these uniforms. And this is and they were delivered on time, and this is the look that our kids have. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. Now I noticed that the girls have very short hair. Is that a cultural thing?
That's cultural. All girls in school have very short hair, and that's in every school, not just ours. When they finish school and they can go out on their own and they can afford the cost of growing out or adding extensions to take care of their hair, then they can. But for being students all the way from ages 3 all the way up, the heads must be kept short. The hair must be kept short.
Interesting.
It's a lot less expensive to have short hair.
It is. Okay. It is.
Yeah. Now I noticed that it's most of the people in this picture are girls. What's the breakdown?
I think we see some boys in the back. No, maybe not.
Yeah, I see some boys in there too. Some of them were in pants.
Okay.
They were in the video. I can go up where I saw the boys there, right there.
Okay, yeah, that seems different. Yeah.
They have like does that TOFA on their shirts on the boys also?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. And also on the sweater is the embroidered TOFA logo with the heart, because we are the school with heart.
Mm-hmm.
Our
Now,
motto,
go
our
ahead, Diane.
motto is nurturing to serve.
I like it.
And that's why we're so excited about the new curriculum. You know, in Kenya, for years, their curriculum has been one that's been learning mostly by rote. And that doesn't really give you a lot of opportunity to expand your mind and try to learn. But this new curriculum will not be doing that. And it's based on love. And we are actually even engaging in training our teachers to be more compassionate. There's been, you know, caning was allowed in the school, and not our school, but in all the schools around. And even the parents have told me personally, well, my child's not going to be able to learn unless he's caned.
Oh wow.
So we're doing away with that mindset.
Oh,
And
I know. When I was a kid, that we had spanking in schools here in the United States, and kids would be paddled, and there were parents that were like, "I want my kid to be paddled, so he does good in school." So I can
uh-huh,
understand that mindset. Yeah.
yeah. So we're encouraging now, we're encouraging learning for the joy of learning.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, Diane, you want to make a personal request to our audience if they want to get involved in supporting what you're doing over there. Let them know right now how they can do that, and do you have regular donors, or people can make one-time donations? Talk a little bit about that for the audience, if you would.
Well, obviously, it costs money to do what we've done. Therefore, we have had people who have been excited about joining us. And I'll tell you, some of our strongest donors have been widows in this country who give $25 a month on a regular basis. We have donors who give regularly every month a certain amount. We have donors that come and give one time. Between the donors and God's providence, we've been able to keep this going, not only keep it going, but grow. Now, as I said earlier, we are now we're reaching for the stars. We're reaching out to try and raise $50,000 by February when I return, and our campaign is called All the Way to 50K. So anyone who would like to be part of assisting widows or orphans and fatherless kids in their education, one of the other parts of this is, as I told you earlier, in 2024 we graduated 32 kids out of our high school.
Mhm.
Some of those kids now need extra help so they can attend the colleges or the trade schools of their choice. Now, Kenya government provides 70% of tuition fees, but they don't provide housing and pencils and paper and food and things like that. Currently, the foundation has now let's see, we had 11 in post-secondary school.
Mm-hmm.
We just graduated two. Two of our 11 kids have finished their training, but we still have 9. and then the others that came out of the 32, we have more, and then 32 that are going to 32 or 36 that are going to graduate this year. So we do have a program where Penina is going to keep a separate account. And in that account, she will keep all funds donated from anyone who says, I want to help with the university kids or the college kids. And as they have a need, then they will ask her, they will put in an application. She will investigate and make sure that when they're asking for something, it's a real need. And then she will supply it out of that fund. Now, all of the programs can be supported through the Tabitha Outreach Foundation.org and our donate button. And you can designate if it's on your heart to serve widows, if it's on your heart to serve college kids, if it's on your heart to help build our new school, just let us know. But we really, really appreciate, and we have always said from the beginning, and we started this in 2018, and our board members and our philosophy is no gift is too small, and we never despise a small gift. Mm-hmm. We have had a donation after a presentation of $2 from my grandson, which we really appreciate. But we have a man in Dallas. He and his grandson run a lemonade stand a couple times a year. And it has a QR code on the side of the lemonade stand. And when I see a donation that comes in during that time of $5 or $10, I know it's a child that's giving to us. Mm-hmm. So that's really exciting too. So we appreciate every single donation, and we really appreciate the love that has founded this. And it isn't me. To this day, I do not know why God chose me, this old lady, only that I knew I wanted to do something for him before I went to my rest. But I couldn't have done this by myself. So every single donation, every single prayer, we have a saying, your prayers are gold. So if you can't donate, please pray, and pray that God himself will open the windows of heaven and pour out on us, which he has. Just this last month, we received $18,000 in extra donations. Okay. And with that extra money, this is exactly what we did. We bought, we had our 2 representatives go to Nairobi and shop. And with the shopping, they bought 2 printers for our school. Printer is very important because a lot of lessons are printed, and we were paying printing costs to a printer to do it. Now we can print our own and only do it with paper and ink. So we bought 2 printers, a new sound system, 2 televisions. We now have in our multipurpose room a 65-inch television hooked up to the internet. Mm-hmm. So that our kids can know what's going on in the world. When we were there in August, one evening we walked into the multipurpose room and we saw all these kids huddled around a table with a small phone in front of them. They were watching a soccer game. Now they can watch it on a 65-inch screen. And we can also present programs from CGI, from CEM, from the people who do the programs on the 10 Commandments. We have so much more that we can give the kids now. Yeah. And so that's what, and also new chairs for our teachers' lounge, and 5 chairs for our office officers, our principal, our director, and our accountant, they all have new office chairs, and that's what these big donations. They also went into the purchasing of more hens,
Mhm.
and also feeding. We fed a lot of people extra food to celebrate the feast at the school.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know that we've done some translation work. We have an elder in Tanzania, and he's put some Ten Commandments programming into Swahili, and I know that that's being used out there with CGI and also with Tabitha. Jeff, I don't know if you are able to, but could you put James chapter 1, verse 27 on the screen, because I think it relates to exactly what Tabitha is all about, and I think it's
That's
an apropos scripture as we
that's our go-to.
start to
That's our
wind down.
go-to scripture.
So James chapter 1,
Verse 27.
okay.
Because sometimes people talk about getting that gospel message out there, and it's important, and Tabitha is helping to do that. But when we look at what the Bible says about pure religion, I don't know, Jeff, if you want to read verse 26 and 27 there.
Yes, if any man among you seems to be religious and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain. Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world.
So again, I think we sometimes forget, no doubt, keeping yourself unspotted from the world is, getting sin out of your life. And we got lots of sermons about that. But he's also saying here that you've got to help the physical needs of people. And, Tabitha Outreach is doing that. And
it's through that the children are not only getting physical needs, they're getting the spiritual needs. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Baptisms, they're keeping the Sabbath, they're keeping the holy days.
Yes.
And I think
Yes.
you understand CGI is the official religious sponsor of the church through Robert Ansondo's work. Is that correct?
Well, and I think Christian Ambassadors is one of the big sponsors as well.
Christian Ambassadors and CEM sponsors of that of the
Right.
the religious sponsors.
Right.
So we got a lot of that going on in there.
And lots of little independent churches of God, because Christ himself said, if you do this to the least of my brethren, you have done it unto me. And I really don't know where you can find the least of the brethren any more than in these poverty areas. And I'm not saying that where we are is the only one in the world, because it certainly isn't. So anytime you are shown a way to assist these people, the gratitude is unbelievable. They are so thankful. Jeff and we've been working on the website, and soon, probably by the time of this broadcast, I will be publishing a letter from one of the recipients of our programs, thanking us, so that the donors can see how much it means to them what we have done.
Yeah, and again, I get a lot of requests from African countries. People want to partner with us, and I'm often asked, well, why can't these people support themselves? Why do you keep having to help these individuals? But let me just assure you that the economic situation in places like Kenya and Southwest Asia is completely different than the Western world. Again, just do a little research on it. There are some endemic issues and problems to these regions where the economy is just not operating like it is in the West. What we take for granted, indoor water. I deal with a guy in Kenya who has to walk about a mile to get water every day and then come back. And just thinking about that, you realize that that's a different world for a lot of these.
And that water isn't clean either.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But different perspective when you start to visit some of these other places in the world. We're starting to get towards the end of the program, Dianne. How do you want to sum things up for today?
Well, one of the things I'd like to do before the program ends is I would like to extend an invitation for people to join us. Now, we're planning another trip in February. And if you just let us know you'd like to join us, well, we'll plan to help you. We won't pay for it, but we'll plan to help you with your transportation and your housing over there. And when you go with us, you will visit these widows. You will see them and meet them. You will attend services and meet with the kids and sing and dance with the kids. You will also be taken on a safari. And everybody wants to go on a safari, and everybody should go on a safari. There's just nothing like it anywhere else in the world. So Jeff has a picture that I told him I wanted to end with.
Get to that last picture here.
I myself have been on 5 safaris.
Wow.
And when I'm over there and there's another one, you're not going to keep me away. I'm going to go again. This was taken in August from our Jeep. And that is how close we are to that sleeping lion.
Wow.
Now, as I said, I've been on 5 safaris. And this is the first time we've been able to get up that close to a lion. Mm-hmm. I was so thrilled and so excited. And I just would love anyone and everyone to experience that. It's completely different than anything we have here.
Yeah, I've got a house cat, but that one's a little bit bigger. Yeah.
We were so close to him. We could hear him snoring.
Oh, man.
And you know what a lion snoring sounds like? A big lion purr.
Yeah, I know when my cat's sleeping. I know the sound you're talking about on a smaller scale.
Yeah, very exciting. But Africa, Kenya is the heart of Africa. I really believe that. And Africa itself is an exciting place to visit. Many people are afraid of Africa, as I was. I wasn't going to go to Africa, not at all, until I finally got talked into it. But I can share with you that it is probably the most life-changing experience you will ever have in your life. So if you can do it, please join us. We'd love to have you. And we're experienced, so you don't have to worry about, trying to find your way around or whatever. We'll do it for you.
Right. Yeah, I've been to a couple foreign countries before, and that's an important thing. So thanks for saying.
And we want you to come.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, thank you, Dianne, for joining us today. A lot of good information about what Tabitha Outreach Foundation is doing. Again, definitely a great foundation to support so much. You're doing so much with so little, and that's just amazing to see all the results that are occurring there through the work of Tabitha Outreach Foundation. So again, thank you for being here. Anything you want to say before we leave? Any last words before we go?
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And for those of you who are listening or watching this broadcast who have been supporting us, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have really made a difference, and we appreciate it so very, very much.
All right.
Thanks, Dianne.
Thank you again for joining us, and we will see everyone next week on another edition of Prove All Things. So goodbye to everyone.
Bye-bye.